So for the next few years, we will start like the alpha plan. We just enter the first step, which is making the intelligent AI smartphone to bridge the consumers. Once we officially enter the AGI era, we gonna experience, we gonna be the witness to see the cone existence between carbon life like human beings and silicon-based intelligence. And for the next 5 years, we're gonna invest $10 billion to accomplish or to achieve this target.
This episode of ITWeb TV is brought to you in association with the ITWeb Security Summit, celebrating 20 years of bringing together the cybersecurity industry. For more information, visit itweb.co.za. Hello and welcome to ITWeb TV with me, Sibahle Malinga. It's a pleasure to be your host for the next 30 minutes or so. Today we zoom in on Chinese multinational consumer electronics company Honor, which says it's made strides in capturing a significant share of South Africa's smartphone market, and it anticipates more growth after introducing Internet of Things services in South Africa. Now, Honor separated from Huawei back in 2020 in November amid the sanctions faced by Huawei in the US. And Huawei decided to sell Honor to Shenzhen New Information Technology Company in an effort to save the brand. And the smartphone firm, which introduced its devices locally in 2021, previously told ITWeb that it's gunning for the top 3 position in the local smartphone industry, eyeing at least 10% of the market share. So my guest today, Fred Zhou, CEO of Honor South Africa, will be giving us an update on whether or not this ambitious target has been met. Now, he's also going to be talking to us about the company's strategy beyond its smartphone business. We're going to be discussing how the other verticals are performing in South Africa, looking at its AI-focused project Alpha Plan, as well as its IoT business. Well, perhaps let's start by getting a brief history of Honor and what its current ownership structure looks like after having been previously owned and then later sold by Huawei.
So Honor is a part of Huawei before, and from 4 years ago, we become a independent company. So right now, Honor is a state-owned company, but we have different stakeholders from distributors and also from suppliers from the industry as well.
Well, I, for one, have always been fascinated by Honor and its, speedy growth, because as a company, it actually launched in South Africa at the height of the COVID pandemic. And I think it was even during lockdown, if I'm not mistaken, and also launching at a time when competition in the local smartphone market was quite intense and also dominated by, so many Chinese multinational firms who were also launching smartphones. So what was your strategy at the time when you came into the South African market, and how has it evolved over the years, and how has your progress been?
So actually, Honor started the business in South Africa in 2021, after 1 year after we become independent. And once we start to build the relationship and the trust from different partners, no matter from network customers and also the retail national chain customers. So from there, we start to push our brand name as Honor to partners and also to let's say mainly to the consumers. And for the last 2 years, I would say we start to have our name recognized by the consumers and recognized as the most fast growing tech brand in South Africa.
Well, that's quite interesting. So perhaps explain Honor's growth strategy for 2025 and how you plan to increase your market share in the South African market. Any new partnerships in the pipeline, and how do you really promote, a product that is already doing well?
So for last 2 years, let's say from last 2 years, Honor have a very tremendous growth from handset side in this in these industries. So I would say there is a three different like elements I would name it for Honor's growth. The first one is all the product, let's say from the handset side, we bring like the Magic product, which is have the best AI functions capabilities in the market. For example, like our Magic 7 Pro and also the Magic series can bring like the deep fake or the most advanced AI functions to the consumers. Another part is about our like the X series, which was recognized from the consumer side as durabilities, the unbreakable phones. And then also we have another series which is like our number series. That's a product, handset or smartphone that breaks the boundaries from technology and fashion combined together. So from handset side, we have different choice for different requirement from different customers. So that's the most important part for the consumers to recognize Honor or trust Honor. And beside that, we are not only focused on smartphone. And as our CEO announced at MWC, Honor gonna transfer from a smartphone maker to a global leading AI device ecosystem companies. So we also bring a lot of IoT products like the tablets, laptop, and handset, wearables, and audio products to create a very smoothly ecosystem for all the consumers to experience the advanced technologies. So the consumers basically can say they can find everything under Honor's brand and have the most advanced experience compared to other brand. So I think these two parts is the main reasons for Honor to have like that fast growth for the last few years and recognized as a trust brand in South Africa.
Well, I know that Honor's growth strategy transcends beyond your mobile business. I know that you're now, entering uncharted waters, so to speak, and you are introducing other verticals and other business units. For example, you've just introduced your IoT business, and we're actually seeing a similar trend within the telecom space and OEMs. Just diversifying their revenue streams and tapping into new verticals. And, that's exactly what Honor is currently doing. So let's talk about, diversifying your revenue streams. I know that you also have a new AI-focused corporate strategy that you've just introduced, and that's called Project Alpha Plan. Let's actually start with Project Alpha. What is it and what are its aims and objectives?
Alpha Plan is a big project or bigger plan from owner side. Actually, I would say this is our new corporate strategy for the next coming years. So as I just mentioned before, we want to transfer Honor from a smartphone maker into a global leading AI device ecosystem of companies. And for the next 5 years, we're gonna invest $10 billion to achieve this target. So we know this is a big plan. So we divide from our side. We divide this project into 3 steps. The first step is to build an intelligent smartphone to bridge the ecosystem, AI ecosystem, and the consumers. And the second step is to involve all our partners to build a open platform to sharing all the values, everything. And the last one, that's maybe a few years later, once we officially enter the AGI era, we're gonna be the witness to see the existence between carbon life, like human beings, and silicon-based intelligence. So that will require or will need all the support, everyone's effort to embrace this futures. Yeah. So that's the 3 step. And I think this strategy gonna lead Honor to different levels and officially become the global leading AI device ecosystem company.
Wow. So you speak of 10 billion rand, and that's definitely no mean feat. But perhaps let's zoom in and unpack this AI strategy and what it really means for the consumer who is at the receiving end of these AI offerings. You know, we're seeing a lot of OEMs, we're seeing network operators, as well as smartphone makers racing to introduce the latest innovations around artificial intelligence. So I guess it would be great to know what distinguishes Honor from what is already available in the market. You know, all of us can now pick up our phones and do a whole lot of interesting things, whether it's for personal or business related reasons using AI. What is Honor doing in this space? And more importantly, what is Honor planning for the future? What can we expect over the next 3 years' time as far as AI innovations are concerned?
So for the next few years, we will start like the alpha plan. We just enter the first step, which is making the intelligent AI smartphone to bridge the consumers between consumers and the technologies. So we will Honor invest like quite a lot R&D investment into the AI technologies. For example, we just have like the deepfake, this kind of deepfake detection functions. So the first step for AI is to from our side is to invest and develop all the new technologies which can, how to say, it's like help or support people's like daily life. Yeah. So actually, and at the meanwhile, all the AI investment or the AI development from owner side is under different countries like AI policies. So AI is a tool to convenience people's life. That's the final like the target. But from owner side, the AI is also under controls under all the different countries like the policies and the regulators.
Wow, I can imagine that to be quite a useful tool. Having a deepfake detection feature on my phone is something that I would probably use regularly, especially when you go on social media platforms and you see these videos. You see your president saying something that they wouldn't ordinarily say, and you wonder whether this is a genuine video or if it's deep fake. And I know that the banking sector has been talking a lot about how deep fakes have been used now in applications when people are applying for for bank accounts and for credit cards, and deep fake documents are now being submitted. So it really, really is, something that we need to take into consideration. So, speaking of which, I know that many concerns have been raised by regulators across the globe as far as AI ethics are concerned. We've heard many voices from social activists who have spoken, unreservedly about the fact that there are many things to consider where AI is concerned. And these are really these are issues pertaining to data privacy, and even just how artificial intelligence itself can be used for all the wrong reasons. I know that with our AI policy in South Africa, there's a huge section that focuses on the safety of AI. We're seeing the same with the EU AI Act and so forth. So I guess it is really a major issue of concern. And I have to ask you this question: how is Honor ensuring user safety when they have these tools, these AI tools, at a touch of a button? Is they, is their data privacy a priority? And how do you ensure that even the way they use AI is ethical?
So for example, actually from my side, I want to share some figures. So a recently study shows actually in 2024 there is a, let's say, there is a spike on the like AI deepfake part, and according to sums up, there is 200 and South Africa. In South Africa, the deepfake fraud has increased by 12 times. By 12
Wow.
times, and have a like 19% spike in deepfake like attacks. So from our side, we want to empower the consumers to protect against AI deepfake technologies. This is our commitment to consumers, showing our human-centric approach to protect the truth and build trust in fast-paced digital like world. And one thing I want to mention from our side is this deepfake protection from Magic 7 Pro, its own device AI. So all the privacy and the customers' information actually is stored safely on your handset. So
it's not stored outside of the
Outs-
country?
yes,
Not on a cloud service somewhere beyond the borders?
no, its own device. Deepfake detection from owner side is own device AI. So all the the functions and the support actually is built on the hardware and the software functions on the device. So the consumers don't need to worry about the privacies. We just want to make sure that users' privacy and protect users from potential deepfake fraud. Yes.
Well, let's get to understand more about your IoT business in South Africa. I know that it's a newly established unit. Is it a B2B or B2C? And, it will be great to know how well it's performing as South Africans or our organizations warming up to your IoT products. And what is on offer?
So we are working very hard towards to become a leading AI ecosystem companies. So actually in South Africa, as we promised to our consumers before, we are not only have handset right now. In South Africa, the consumers can experience our laptop, our Honor tablet, Honor wearables, Honor audio products. So there is so many more. So actually, our IoT product is not doing bad in South Africa. Just give one example. Our tablets actually last year for postpaid market, we are ranked number 2 in the market already. Yeah.
So what does the future hold for Honor's IoT business? We see your competitors in this space introducing cloud management services, introducing network-related IoT offerings in addition to the devices that you've already mentioned. Is this something that is part of Honor's vision for its IoT business?
So for this part, I will say in this way. So we are like a AI device ecosystem companies. We are not only limited to ourselves. We want to build the platform to cooperate with all the partners. So for example, we cooperate with Qualcomm, we cooperate with Microsoft or like Google's. So from owner side, we not concentrate in that some technologies you just mentioned, but we will have our partners to help to co-create the system or the ecosystem together.
Honor has been saying they have a target to become one of the top 3 best performing smartphone players in South Africa. And if I'm not mistaken, you also said that it was a 10%. You had set a target of capturing 10% of South Africa's smartphone market. Has that target been reached yet? And where are you as far as meeting that?
So thank you very much for all our South African consumers trust. And actually in Q1, we are proud to say we achieved 10% market share in Q1 this year, 2025.
You just met the target.
Yes, and
well done.
We also achieved we also become top 3 manufacturers for handsets in South Africa. Also in Q1 at the same time.
Wow. So tell me what that means. If you're in the top 3 manufacturer, is it in terms of sales that your mobile phones are selling, amongst the best in terms of the brands that are being offered?
So there is a 2 aspect to say the top 3. So the first one is volume. The second one is the value of the market. So both sides, no matter volume and value, Honor has ranked top 3 from both sides. Yeah.
So when you say volume, you mean in terms of the early sales?
Yes.
So you have met your market, your target, which is to be amongst the top 3 best-selling brands in South Africa. Is that what you mean? I just need clarity on that.
Yes, we achieve the target.
Are you going to tell us where in the top 3 you sit?
So we just passed the 10%. So rank number 3 in the market.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but from our side, Honor, I would say we're still a challenge brand in the market. So for the next few years, we were not like only satisfied with like number 3 or the 10%. We commitment to all the consumers in South Africa to bring more advanced like technology products and to bring a like more convenience life for all the consumers. So we will keep fighting, keep working on this in this market, and our target is not like it's more than top 3. We have a big target for the future.
Yeah, of course. I think you guys are going places, and being in the top 3 is really not a bad place to be right now, especially 3.5 years into the business locally. So that's really quite a significant milestone. And that's another that's another reason why I started with the question: why was Honor so optimistic to launch in the height of a pandemic? And yet, there were so many other Chinese smartphone makers at the time, but look at where you are today.
Yes,
So
thank you.
how has the journey been? Has it been worth it?
Yeah, I think this
A lot of work.
and we have a very good team to like we have the whole owner in South Africa, not only here, not only South Africa, our HQ, all the whole company actually work as like one big team to fight for the same goals. So for the last few years, the journey is not easy, but also once you achieve like different milestones, can bring the achievement like all these kind of like feelings to everyone. So I think it's a journey with difficulties, but also with joy, also with like happy and how to say it's a difficult journey with overcome difficulties, and you can also have like the inner peace of fulfillment. Yeah.
Okay, Fred, my last question to you. So what verticals can we expect Honor to venture into in future? Are you going to perhaps be looking at introducing laptops or anything along those lines? Maybe some of the offerings that you have already introduced in China, which are not available in South Africa yet?
So right now, basically, we have bring majority of our product to South Africa, and we have very strict like selections. So that's including handset, wearables, and whole IoT system. IoT ecosystem has already available in South Africa. So from our side, we always stick to 2 directions. The first one is AI. We will work very hard towards that. Another one is foldable. So we already have our Magic V2 in South Africa, and we will commit to bring more foldable product into South Africa later this year.
Thank you so much, Fred. It's been a great honor chatting to you. And that has been another interesting discussion here on ITWeb TV, talking to Fred Zhou, CEO of Honor South Africa, about the company's strategy as well as its AI plans, and also moving beyond the smartphone market and expanding into other verticals. From me, Sibahle Malinga, do enjoy the rest of your day, and remember to subscribe, share, and like our ITWeb videos. Adios. This episode of ITWeb TV is brought to you in association with the ITWeb Security Summit, celebrating 20 years of bringing together the cybersecurity industry. For more information, visit itweb.co.za.